the third installment of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse film. Because we had Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, we got Beyond the Spider-Verse coming. It's already way overdue. And apparently, not all that close to being done. Because one of the actors who does one of the voices in the film, he does Spider-Man India, the name of the character is not Peter Parker, it's Pavatir Prabhakar. Not Peter Parker, Pavatir Prabhakar. And I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. I did my best. If I did butcher that, I apologize. Is saying that the movie is well into production, but they haven't started recording the audio. The voices, the voice actors haven't started recording yet. Which makes me wonder, when the hell are we going to get Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse? This comes to us from MovieWeb, who wrote the following. Actor Karan Soni has shared an exciting update on the third installment of the Spider-Verse trilogy, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Soni voiced the character Pavatir Prabhakar, aka Spider-Man India, in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. In an August of 2024 interview with the Times of India, Soni confirmed that the film is currently, quote-unquote, deep in production. Top men. And that the cast would begin recording their parts, quote-unquote, in a few months. This is the quote. We're going to start recording for that one in a few months, which I'm so excited about. That movie is deep in production. It's animation, so it's different and takes a long time. We'll see when it's ready and when it ends up coming out. But I'm really excited. That was one of the biggest joys to get to play that character. So I'm excited to get another chance and to do it again. All right. Now, when I first read that comment, I thought, oh, we might be closer than I thought to getting Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. After all, he's saying they're already deep into production, and then they're going to finish it off by recording the voices. Except then I remembered something, and I'm so glad Chris Carr is here, because she's going to be able to shed some light on this. Generally speaking, a lot of the voice dialogue is recorded prior to animation. I think in the normal flow of things, again, Chris, you would know this much better than I would, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. In the normal flow of things, they get all the storyboards, previs, all that kind of stuff set and ready to go. And then generally they bring in the voice actors to do the dialogue because the animation needs to tailor the movements and the emoting around the voice performance that came in. So to me, this comment sounds like they're nowhere near completing this movie. If they haven't even gotten to that initial point of getting the voice actor, I don't know. You hear this quote. Yeah. What's your interpretation of it?
I think it's totally fine. Because remember, when we saw footage at CinemaCon, we saw some scenes that were perfectly, completely done, other things that were still just basically sketches. They're not doing things in order, just like how traditional film is shot too. We don't do that in sequential order typically. Usually the traditional pipeline for animation is you track the actor, right, while they're doing everything, and then you would base everything around their facial movements.
And by track the actor, you mean?
Record them as they're doing their vocalizations, and that way you can match those emotions, match those mouth flaps. That's what they're called, unfortunately. If you're doing the animation prior, something like in dubbing, right? You're looking at doing different vowel breakdowns, essentially, and you rewrite scripts to match those mouth flaps. So it's kind of a reverse order. Now, in this, you have a lot of characters also that are masked. So there's no mouth movement.
Right.
So you can just do those scenes later on. You know, Spider-Man India is wearing a mask most of his scenes. So you don't need to have that vocal match going to the mouth flap on that one. Also with advances in technology now, you can have those things digitally altered in post. That's happening a lot in dubbings too, to make things fit a little bit better so that those mouths move with the same amount of speech. So you can always go back and post and do that as well. But this is something that should not give you a huge amount of pause. It definitely means they've still got quite a bit of work to do. But you got to remember as well, for those kinds of parts, he's going to be in the booth maybe a couple of hours.
Right.
Like I'm a lead in Rob's show. I am in almost every episode of that show. And I did all of my lines in 4 hours. Voiceover is a totally different animal. So he's going to be able to get in, get out, and then they're going to be able to patch that into the movie. No problem.
Okay. So knowing that and having the experience that you've had, is there any possibility we could get Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse in 2025?
I feel like no, just because of the extent of the animation that they do.
Right.
It is stunning. It is groundbreaking. They're constantly doing new things with this. I feel like, especially if we want these animators treated properly.
That's what I was thinking too, because they kind of fell into that trap last one, and I think they're like, let's stretch the production timetable here.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I think too, because we all love that movie, and we don't want to hear that one of our favorite movies did not treat their animators well and made
Had
them work
miserable working
horrific
conditions.
hours. Exactly. So I think we're going to see this in 2026, and that way everyone theoretically should be a lot happier, and we'll still have the beautiful product in the end.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Gametime. My wife Ann and I love going to events, whether they're comedy shows, concerts, an LA Lakers game. I mean, just the other night we went to go see Ronnie Chang and it was awesome. We love having these new experiences and new memories. And our sponsor Gametime makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't buy tickets right away. Because prices on the Gametime app actually go down the closer you get to the show start time. With killer last minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Gametime takes the guesswork out of buying event tickets. I couldn't believe how easy and most importantly, intuitively, the entire app works. Finding the event I was looking for couldn't have been easier. The way it lays out the map of the venue, letting you know exactly where the seats are that you're looking for, and how easy the process was to choose and buy those tickets. So don't worry if you think you're too late to get tickets to that big event you and your friend want to go to. They have last minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, whatever. So guys, take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the code CAMPEA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CAMPEA, C-A-M-P-E-A, for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Well, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, they haven't even got to the point yet where the actors have started recording their voices. Do you think there's any chance we could get it in 2025? I tend to agree with Chris. I think it's probably going to be somewhere in 2026. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.